Unstoppable kick-ass confidence. Are you ready?
Welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show with Christopher Rausch, where we help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Now please welcome our host, Christopher Rausch.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a special broadcast of the Raw and Unscripted show that I am thoroughly excited about tonight. I got to take a breath. I just got to be transparent with you guys. I just got off of doing an hour-long interview with my buddy Pam and talking about my story. So I want to give myself a little bit of a breather room here before we jump into this next interview here. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you guys here on Thursday night. It's a special edition of the Raw and Unscripted show with yours truly, Christopher Rausch, the place where I help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Who's tired of the bullshit? Well, tonight's special broadcast is going to be brought to you by our friends at Help Heal Humanity. HelpHealHumanity.org. If you guys aren't familiar with it, please go check it out. HelpHealHumanity.org is an amazing organization. It's right here that I am happy and proud to be a part of. HelpHealHumanity.org was started by my dear friend and sister, who's going to be on the show here just in a second, Serena Bufalino. And let me just give you some backstory on this. I have a dear friend named Patricia. And Patricia said to me one day, she says, Chris, I need to introduce you to somebody who would be phenomenal for your show. And I think that you would get along with her really well. And I'm like, really? I would love that. Please introduce us. And she said her name's Serena Bufalino, and she heads up this organization called Help Heal Humanity. I'm like, bring it on. If Patricia's recommending it, that I am game on. Let's do this. And so I met Serena. And I don't think I even met her before we did our first show. And it was immediate chemistry when she was on the Raw and Unscripted show. We just immediately developed a friendship and a relationship because she is a phenomenal person. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, I want you to become a phenomenal person. You're not going to become Serena. You're not going to become Christopher Rausch, but I want you to become you. I want you to take this conversation and become inspired about what it is that you can choose to do in any particular moment with your life. And more importantly, what you can choose to do with your life to impact other people's lives, right? Serena's going to share her story a little bit here in a second about what she was doing before she created Help Heal Humanity and what she's doing since. And most importantly, what she's been doing recently to impact the world. At the time of this taping, we're going through COVID. We're on the backside of it. We've been going through this for about 18 months. We've had race situations going on. We've had the cancel culture going on. We've had vaccines, not vaccines. We've had a lot of turmoil going on in the world, not just the United States, in the entire world. It is now the time more than ever. Listen to me. Now is the time more than ever for us to get our collective shit together and realize it's not about us. It's not about us. What it's about is the fact that we're here for a particular reason, to make the world a better place for who we are and what we do. That's my eulogy. You guys have heard me say it on the Raw and Unscripted show so many times. My eulogy says that Christopher Rausch will have fought for what was right and what was fair. He will have risked for which that mattered, and he will have left the earth a better place for who he was and what he did. And I invite each and every one of you tonight to listen to this conversation. And most importantly, come out of this conversation with an idea in your head. What is my legacy? What is my eulogy? What is my intention every single day breathing on this earth of what I'm supposed to accomplish with my time here? So many people right now are wasting their time. They're existing in life. They're not living life. Serena is an example of someone who is living every single moment to its fullest. I am envious. I am proud. I am honored. I am smitten. She's an amazing human being that I'm so thankful that she's in my life, much to the point that we developed this friendship. She was on my the other show that I had, the Unfiltered Experience, and we just developed a friendship over the years. And to be honest, before she built a school in Haiti. And when I was thinking about that, I'm like, okay, Haiti's good, that's all good. Me, I was homeless here in the United States, so I think about the United States situations and problems here. So I said, if you ever do something in the United States, please count me in. Well, she created a board of directors for the United States, and she said, Christopher, would you like to be on that? And I said, absolutely, sign me up. Whatever it is I could do, please. I would love to contribute because, when you think about organizations that are doing relief and they're doing, humanitarian efforts, I'm a cynical guy. I think about, okay, the CEOs are probably taking home $300,000 a year at least. They probably got all this stuff. And there's probably like, 10 cents on the dollar that's going to the person that actually is in need. And I'm sure you guys have all thought about that and thought about, am I donating money that's really going to do something? The most important aspect of what Serena does, and the thing that I fell in love with so fast, was the fact that it's totally, hey, what's up, Rockstar? It's totally out of love. It's totally out of like a spirit of, I have to do this. It's like a drive that's unlike anything I've ever seen in anybody before. And when she said, do you want to be on the board of directors? I said, hell yes. Sign me up, because this organization is about impact. This organization is about truly helping to heal humanity. And I don't care where you're at in the globe. I know I've got people watching in India now. I've got people in Russia, in Germany. Thank you so much for subscribing to the podcast. This right now is the video cast, so you get to see me live on TV. I was exceptionally just taken away by her sacrifice and by her tenacity and her courage and her sheer drive to make a difference, even at the risk of her own life. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that tonight. I just want to invite each and every one of you to think about your place and your role in this world. Think about your place and your role in this world. Think about what it is that you're intending to do every single day. Do you wake up every day with the intention of making the world a better place for who you are and what you do? Or is your intention every day to bitch, piss, and moan about shit that isn't going your way? To complain and to blame? What's your mindset? You guys hear me on the Raw and Unscripted show so many times talking about mindset mastery. Where is your mindset? Where are your goals? When you think about where your focus goes, that's where the energy flows. So if you're focused on everything that's fucked up and not working, and the people that need to come save you, you're in the wrong headspace. Because let me tell you something, the greatest gift on the earth that you can do is when you give something of yourself to someone else and you see that makes a difference. That is why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to learn our lessons, and we're here to make the world a better place for who we are and what we do. So we got some people in the house. What's up, Pamela Aubrey? Pamela's here. She goes, hi again, Rockstar. Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much. I was just on Pamela's show and just rocking it. And so without any further ado, I think I'm ready to introduce our guest live. So please welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show, my beautiful friend, the amazing Serena Bufalino. Serena, how are you doing? Good evening, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Christopher. Thank you for having me. And you make me sound so much greater than I am. So
I disagree. I will challenge everybody who's watching this live or on the replay or listening to this on the podcast. I challenge you guys. Was my introduction better than what you're going to hear from Serena tonight? So Serena, thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being awesome. The one thing I want to touch on first, really, because we're going to dig into the meat of stuff, but I want people to know who you are and what your life was like before you created Help Heal Humanity, because I think that's an important stepping stone for people to understand where they're at today and where they can transition to become a mover and a shaker in the world. So talk briefly about your background and what you were doing before you started Help Heal Humanity.
Okay, well, in a nutshell, I was born and raised in Hamilton, Ontario, which is just outside Toronto, Canada. I was born to two beautiful immigrant parents who loved me and my sisters. And then, somewhere along the way, things happened within the family. A lot of addictions, a lot of mental health. And so I started to see things differently because of, again, the mental health, the addiction, and the disease that was really immediately close to me. And my mom and dad always really, really inflicted education on me. They couldn't read and write. Even up until their death, they couldn't read or write. So education was strongly enforced upon me. And so I tried to do the best that I could for my parents. I also struggled significantly in school in reading and writing. I had literacy troubles. I was put in special education classrooms. So in the beginning phases, yes, I was born and created out of love. But once I went into school, I started to have insecurities because I couldn't read and write, or I couldn't keep up with the rest of the kids. And luckily for me, which is also a major foundation of who I am, is using my internal senses, right? Using my heart, using, hearing, using my senses, sensing other people's energies, and learning how to manipulate situations and manipulate situations so that everything would be calm, cool, and under control, or manipulate situations where I was looking like I knew what I was doing when I didn't know what I was doing. And so again, over time, the family structure kind of broke down a little bit. The school was breaking down for me. And both of them were kind of colliding at the same time. And it wasn't until, my dad was in a serious car accident. He was in a coma. And I was just by his bedside. And I was thinking to myself, like, what can I do to help my family right now? Because I'd never seen my family in crises like that. And I realized, okay, now it's time to apply yourself in school. The one thing that you can do right now is try to make mom and dad proud and try to start to pay attention in class, try to do, your homework, try to get caught up and try to, advance yourself. So I think at, 15 years old, my life shifted because of the tragedies and the challenges. And so I started to apply myself. And instead of being in the principal's office and instead of being kicked out of class, I was now paying attention. I was now starting to learn. I was sitting beside my dad's hospital bed, studying 24 hours a day to try to learn and get caught up. And so all of a sudden, something major shifted in me because I felt like I was, a chatty catty troublemaker that wasn't intellectually, academically smart. And now all of a sudden I'm applying, I'm trying, and I'm starting to succeed. And the minute you take a step in a new direction, it's exceptionally hard for anything. But if you stay disciplined, and that's what I learned how to do, is be disciplined. I also learned how to be okay with doing the things I didn't like. Like instead of just giving up and turning away, I would just sit there and keep trying and keep screwing up, but keep getting back up, So it was a combination of resiliency. It was a combination of determination. It was a combination of starting to build myself up for myself and not caring about others' opinions of me, that I started to gain courage and I started to gain a different perspective. I was told I would never graduate from high school. I ended up going to university. I ended up graduating on the dean's list. And so overcoming those kind of obstacles started to make me feel like I could do anything, right? And so between, trying to help out my family, trying to give for my friends and family, trying to advance myself, all of it eventually started to connect. And then again, long story short, I became a teacher because that's what mom and dad wanted of me. I didn't necessarily think that I would want to be a teacher, but then I started working with at-risk youth. And that was exactly what I did, straight in teachers college. If I'm going to be a teacher, I want to be the teacher that I never had. I want to be the teacher that doesn't kick me out of school. I want to be the teacher that sits with kids and helps them learn, helps them understand what their difficulties are, and then use their strengths to build upon their weaknesses and build them to be the best version of themselves. So that's where it all started for me, was my personal journey, putting it into life, putting it into teaching, and then teaching some of the most at-risk youth.
I love that. And I wanted you to tell that story because there you took, and it just shows your drive and your tenacity when you have the right why. Your dad being in a coma, you're like, okay, what can I do for my family? What can I take responsibility for myself? You didn't sit there and go, I'm going to blame God. I'm going to blame this. I'm going to blame that. You sat there and said, I have the power within myself to change the circumstances that I have control over. And you decided to do, what can I do to make my dad happy? And you applied yourself, and you found out through that journey just how strong you are and just how committed you can be. And I want people to get that, because that is such an important factor of where you were at, screwing up and doing all these other things. Had your dad not had that situation, you might be a completely different person, if not even not here, with those tragedies. So I wanted to highlight that because you demonstrate in the fact that when in the moment when we're down and we feel like we've been beaten and there's nothing else to do, we always have the responsibility within ourselves to take action, to do something. Just to do something. So you became a teacher, you became a very successful teacher, you had a great career. Talk to us about how the story continues from there.
So again, like you said, I mean, I couldn't even believe I became a teacher. Wow, this is crazy. And applied.
Couldn't even read, but now you're a teacher.
Yes. And so I started work with kids that weren't in mainstream schools. So I could relate to them. I could understand when they looked at me, they didn't look at me like a know-it-all teacher trying to tell them how to be, but rather somebody who would sit with them, get to know them. They felt that. You feel that. You like, even today I was out on the streets. The people I feel and see the integrity or the sincerity of who I am, because really I have nothing to prove except for just helping people. And I'm not trying to gain anything out of it other than helping them in whatever way they need to be helped. I don't know. They tell me that I'm really real. I'm really honest. And so I think people feel that, they relate to it, and then instantly they open up. And once you build that connection and that kind of human spirit, which is a big foundation of our charity, that's when things can start to happen. Right. So kids would break down, kids would eventually, but it took a long time, like I had some of the most hardest to serve youth in one of the biggest cities in the world. Right. So, I'd sit with them. Sometimes I'd sit with them, they'd be mute, or they wouldn't know how to use their words, and they would just use their fists or their, aggression and anger. And I would just sit and let them be okay with whatever it was that they were doing, to the point where they saw I wouldn't give up on them. And then they opened up to me. And then once they're broken, they break down, and then they can reveal themselves. Then we can begin the work. So if you don't come to terms with where you're at, how bad it is, learn to accept it. Once you accept it, you can grow from it. And that's what we did. So all the kids, eventually opened up, and they said, Miss, I just wish I could have a job. Miss, I just wish I could be human. Miss, I just wish I could go back to a real school. Miss, I just wish my parents would care for me, or somebody would be there for me. And so I would try to build them up. So I developed a program that was a very successful program that got kids out of the classroom, off the streets, and into the world. And what we did was we went out and we started to serve the homeless. And we started to serve the women in the women's shelters, or we started to serve the men at the YMCA. We started going to other charities and, helping them out. So we used ourselves. We were of service so that we could build ourselves up. Right. My kids started to learn life skills. They started to learn social skills. They started to learn how to interact with humans. They started to learn how to make lunches. They started to learn how to serve people, talk to people. So all of a sudden you have these kids who have no reason to live, no purpose, feeling like they can't achieve or do much in the world. Now all of a sudden they're out in the community and they're helping other people. They are being recognized as humans. And so their self-esteem rises, their self-worth rises. They realize, oh my God, there's actually people that are suffering more than I am. And maybe this shitty life that I think I have is not that shitty. And now I can do something to help somebody else. That's the exhilarating, empowering thing, is really truly in being of service. You're really helping yourself. Yes, the people on the other end are receiving, but honestly, selfishly, it's going to change you more than it's going to change them. And then you see what is capable, what is possible, and you start to put that into action. And that those little small acts of kindness, and those little acts of using yourself in a way to heal yourself by helping others, becomes this feel-good feeling. And so, again, long story short, my students, Toronto's most at risk, people who have been kicked out of school, people who have lived in mental health hospitals, foster care, under government care, all of a sudden started getting recognized. We won awards for putting in more community service and hours than any other program in the whole city of Toronto. People started to pay attention to the good acts and deeds that we were doing. And everything started to snowball and change in a positive direction. We also taught them life skills, social skills, coping mechanisms, triggers. So when you start to give people the tools to succeed in life, and those tools slowly start to make sense to them, in the beginning, they do not make sense. But over time, they become real. And then that's how we actually impacted our city of Toronto. And then from Toronto came Haiti. And again, it's a long story, but when my students and I were coming back from feeding the homeless, which we did religiously and faithfully every Tuesday for 10 years, we also happened to meet Meghan Marler, who is like the Princess of Duchess. She was filming Suits, her series in Toronto, and she actually every week was volunteering at the same homeless shelter that we were. So,
No way.
Yeah, really. I tried to bring her to Haiti with me one time, but this you know who's in these shelters, from the people that are sitting there, their life stories, to the people like myself, my students, and or celebrities who are just doing acts of kindness to see what's really happening in the world. And when we were coming home from feeding the homeless, we were at the TTC, which is the subway system, and there's TVs in the subway system. And I was looking and I was kind of sad. And I'm not a sad person. I'm like a super over exaggerator, silly version of myself to make other people sometimes just forget about their life and their problems. And I always say to my students, we can do anything and be happy and be positive. And they saw me upset and they said, well, Miss, why are you so upset? And I pointed to the earthquake in Haiti and I said, you guys think you have it bad? I'm like, there are kids in this world that would die to go to school. They wish they had a roof over their heads. They wish they can go to the hospital when they get sick. They wish they could call the police when they're in trouble. They wish they had the things that you guys hate. And my students looked at me like I was absolutely bizarre and crazy. And they said, well, what do you mean? And I said, they don't have a school. And they said, Miss B, every single day you sit in a circle with us and you tell us we can do anything. Well, now we need to put our minds to building a school for these kids in Haiti. And that was
love it.
like that. That was it. I said, yeah, you guys want to do this? Okay, let's do this. Went back to the classroom, started Googling how to build a school in Haiti. Like that's how we started. And
Right.
over time, with determination and the right attitude and the right, I guess, heart, we never gave up and we did it. And then we built the school. And then after the school, we started a charity. So, that's like the really fast version of how I got here, how the school in Haiti was built. And then from the school in Haiti, we started the international charity Help Heal Humanity that is now only 3 years old and now no longer consists of just me and consists of various boards with incredible different diverse personalities, backgrounds. And again, like you said it earlier in the show, these are people who are committed to change. These are people who are showing up to give their gifts, their talents, and their resources because they believe in the power of us coming together to do something good and leave something behind for those who otherwise wouldn't have had a voice or be seen in the world. And that's kind of where we're at now.
Ladies and gentlemen, can just process that for a second. Just process it for a second. When you were talking, Serena, I can't remember the name of the movie, and I can't remember the name of the actress right now. But similar, I could totally see that there will be a movie about your life. Who was it? She went to the inner city. She was a school teacher. She has really big teeth. I can't remember her name.
Freedom Writer.
Yes, Freedom Writers, and there was another one too. There was another one too with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes. I see that totally for you. Because you're a mover and a shaker. So before we talk about Haiti and we talk about the recent experiences, I want you to share what you went from being a teacher and your lifestyle from that to saying, listen, I'm going to jump. I'm going for this motherfucker. I'm going to go do this full on. Talk to us about that decision to leave what was comfortable. Let's be real. And to go into this, like, just to really just go, okay, I'm going to go from this certainty to this mission. Talk to us about that transition. Then we're going to dive into what we're doing right now.
Again, I think it's life experiences and life circumstances. I've always been drawn to the underdog. I've always surrounded myself with the underdog because the underdog was part of my family, and I saw my family's struggles, but I also saw my family's greatnesses. So after I became a successful teacher and doing the work that I did, I also hit another massive tragedy in my life where I did lose my mom, who was my best friend in the entire world. And I did lose my dad, and I did nearly lose my sister. So the combination of my life's work as a teacher, as an educator, as working with Toronto's most at risk, as being in some of the biggest, detention centers, mental health hospitals, working with murderers, rapists, pedophiles, prostitutes, working with extreme cases of child abuse, child neglect, mental health, learning disabilities, again, diseases, all of that just made me be, I think, a better person. Every person I came in contact with was actually a gift to me to be better. And all of the peoples and all of the stories and all of the experience shaped me. They molded me. And I never had intentions of being where I am right now in my life. But again, after seeing what I did as a teacher, as a community worker, after watching the most important people in my life literally die in my arms, I said, yes, I've mastered teaching. Yes, I've done phenomenal. I've always been told that I was destined for something greater, and I never knew what something greater meant. I never knew. I was just like, no, I'm so comfortable in my classroom, and I love the kids, and I don't want to be a principal, and I don't want to be a superintendent, because I was being told that I should be having an impact on larger communities. But then again, it was after my parents died, and losing them was like the greatest tragedy in my life. And so I thought, life is short. You only live one life. Stop doing what everybody's told you to do your whole life and just go and do it. I'd rather die. And I think the team and people know this. I will die for what I believe in, regardless of what the people around me are telling me, because it's what I stand for. And I will die trying for what I want to achieve in this lifetime, rather than never trying at all, because I can't be comfortable. I can't be safe. I want to live. I want to live to the fullest. I want to know that I've done something great with my life. I know that my life is a gift, and I would like the rest of the world to see that in my greatest tragedies and my greatest suffering, instead of being angry, instead of being, sad, instead of blaming and pointing fingers, I took all the hurt, I took all the pain, I took all the suffering, and I said, let's do something awesome with this. And again, I was really hurting. I was really sad. But when I went out into the world, I was no longer sad. I was no longer hurting. And I was now thriving, and I was now able to channel my energy in the most positive way. And I think, that's the ultimate goal. Is so many of us in life are doing what we've been told to do, what we've been programmed to do. I mean, I'll just say right now in Canada, I think Canada is in a complete uproar in which I haven't seen about this COVID vaccine, and the government really inflicting upon Canadians that if you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to leave the house. You're not allowed to go on public transit. You're not allowed to go to restaurants. And so for the first time, Canadians are feeling like they've been, their human rights have been essentially taken away from them. And I believe they have been. But when you see what's in the world, there's millions and billions of people who are under that condition every single day. And they're still waking up, and they're still thriving, and they're still trying. So just keep on going. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop, blaming, and use that hurt, use that pain, and project it into something good, because that's the only way things are going to start to change, is when you step outside yourself. I truly believe this. Allow yourself to be used for the greater good of others. It's not only going to transform you and shape you, it's actually going to change the world. And that is a big mission that I would like to inflict upon humanity. Is you're capable, you're willing, you can do anything, and now figure out what you want to do and go and do it. Just do it. Again, I just jumped on a plane. Every Haitian that lives in Haiti will say, I can't believe you just did what you did. Like, right now, Haiti is a complete mess. I can't hear you.
I muted my mic, so I had to sneeze. That's why I went off camera. Now I want you to stop there for a second. you are the epitome of a person I've met in my life that truly walks your talk. When you said that you will die for what it is that you believe in, I 100, we can't say 1,000 because there's only 100%. I 100% believe that, because what we're about to talk about is an example of that. And I've not heard this story, ladies and gentlemen. We have purposely kept this part of the story secret so that I could actually see it unfold as we're talking, because we wanted to bring this to you from a heart-centered space. We wanted to bring this to you not just as an advertisement of what you can do to help us in Haiti, what you can do to help us in the United States, what you can do to help us in Spain, what you can help us to do across the globe, what you can do in your own community. But more importantly, we wanted to inspire you to be a believer of what talent and capacity and confidence that you have within yourself, to be able to stand up and say, listen, I'm not going to do that. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm not going to continue doing what everybody else wants me to do. I'm going to do what my heart calls me to do. I'm going to go out there and take risks and chances and experience the exhilaration of life. And I always tell people, Serena, I tell people like this: the adults in this world have it all screwed up. Like, oh, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to blame everybody and all this other bullshit. You go back to being a 5-year-old kid. I watch my son. I learned so much from my son. He's excited about everything. He doesn't look at like, oh, I'm going to blame the teacher because I got in trouble today. He goes, Dad, I got in trouble because I did it. You know, when you go back and you look at us as children and how honest and open and driven and curious and exploratory and adventurous we were, what happened? The caretakers in our life said, oh, that's dangerous. Oh, don't do that. Be careful. Oh, you should do this. You should do this. This is practical. This is safe. This will give you certainty. They wanted for us what they didn't have for themselves. And you broke that mold. You're like, no, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take all this comfort and certainty that I have in my life and go expound upon this and go build a school in Haiti, go start a board in Spain, go start a board in the United States. So most importantly, I want to talk about, obviously, the earthquake that just recently happened in Haiti again. So we built a school in Haiti. We're sponsoring students to go to the school. We're sponsoring them to get fed. We're doing humanitarian efforts in Spain, here now in the United States. We have another earthquake in Haiti. Talk to us about that. What went through your mind when you said, okay, we already, was it 2010? The first one?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So 2010, the first one. Now we're 2021 and they have another massive earthquake. What was your first reaction when you saw the news and went, holy shit, another one? Talk to us about that experience and what you decided to do from that point.
Yeah. So again, like I said, we have a board in Canada, USA, Spain. We do work in Haiti. The earthquake happened on a Saturday morning. I remember very specifically because I don't really have much of a life except for Help Heal Humanity. And I was trying to take a day to just go to the beach and relax and try to be normal.
On your day off, you hear about this.
Yeah. And it's also quite funny because it also coincided with the 1-week vacation I was taking after like 2 years of no vacation. So I don't watch the news at all, because that will
smart woman.
The news will just really inflict a lot of fear and negativity in you. And so it was, as I was driving up to the beach for my day off, I am getting text messages. I'm getting WhatsApps. I'm getting like my phone is being like blown up with everybody saying, Serena, the earthquake, Serena, the earthquake, Serena, the earthquake. And I was like, oh no, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like Haiti's already in so much crises from the earthquake in 2010. Nobody knows what's happening in Haiti because the media does not cover it, because the media is tired of Haiti. Most of the world is tired of Haiti. Most of the world believes that they've donated money to Haiti. And what nobody understands is that a corrupt government led everything. And all of this came from a very corrupt government. So all the things that everybody ever thought was happening or given or is happening in Haiti, it's all false information. It's not happening. So the country's already extremely fragile. Then 6 months before that earthquake, there was the assassination of their president. So now it's even worse because now there's no governments, and now the gangs have taken over. And I'm getting constantly updated with that because of our work in Haiti. And now we have an earthquake. And again, Help Heal Humanity is a very small grassroots charity. We don't have a significant amount of funds. We are just trying to get there. And immediately, I did not go to the beach. I came home and I took the footage of our friends in Haiti with the help of our mainly Canadian board. And we put together videos. And we put together videos trying to collect money for emergency relief funds. We also happened to get quite a lot of media press. Unfortunately, again, that only lasted for 2 days because of what was happening in other places in the world took precedent. So again, Haiti been in the spotlight for a big 24 hours and then it's out of the spotlight. And HHH is still doing our best to give live updates every day from our team on the grounds to show people the severity of what is happening and to please donate. And so instantly, and this is something that HHH is extremely known for and should be known for, and hopefully will be known all over the world for, is integrity in our donors and in our funding. We do not just send money to Haiti. No. If we are going to do a project in Haiti, we are going to be on the grounds overseeing your dollars to show you that there is no government, there is no middleman, there is no corruption. We are real, we are honest, and we are doing the work. And so because we started to get in the donations, because we were in the media a little bit, I was like, there's no way I'm not going down there. And I'm like, I'm trying to get myself on a flight to get down there. And talk about make it impossible. Between COVID, between the gangs, between the earthquake, flights were impossible to find. And everybody was saying, do not go because of how dangerous it is. And for me, none of that crossed my mind, not even for a minute. I had a number of people extremely scared. I had a number of, emails telling me not to do it. And again, I believe so much in what we're doing. I believe in, again, this higher power, this, whatever it is that is going to guide us and protect us, because we're doing the real work and we're doing it in a way that nobody else is doing it. And again, I've already experienced the first earthquake in Haiti. I've already experienced the number of, political and civil unrest. I've seen a lot in Haiti, in the world. And so it just made complete sense to take the donors' money and to go down there and do the work. And again, it was the first time I was in Haiti where I was behind the camera because I wanted to show the world what was happening, and recording it in a way that I never done before, because it's kind of invasive and rude to be taking pictures and videos of that stuff. And the number of times I started crying behind the camera, I've never done that. I'm a strong girl. I didn't even, I stood strong during my parents' death. I gave them their eulogies. I did it. And I did it. And my heart was just so sad. Help Heal Humanity was the first response team on the grounds in a place called, in a whole city called Jeremy. How is that possible? Help Heal Humanity is like a seed. Like we just got put into the dirt. Like we're not even sprouted yet. You're muted again.
No, seriously. I mean, like here's Help Heal Humanity, and that's not a disregard, but you got Red Cross, you got all these other big institutions, and here you are on the street.
Yeah. And it was crazy. I'll tell you for sure, it was crazy. I arrived.
Can I show some pictures? I want to show some pictures. Can I show some pictures? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want, this picture sticks out for me. I'm just going to do a little screen share right here. I want to show you this because this sticks out for me. Look at that. Look at that. There is so much devastation in everything that happened right there. I mean, there's so many different pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. I mean, these they have nothing, literally nothing. Look at that.
I don't know if your screen is frozen. I can't see anything.
Screen's frozen? Should be up there.
I can't see the pictures that you're trying to show, but
Oh, really?
I trust.
Yeah.
There,
Well, it seems like it's on the screen. Yeah.
I see.
Your internet connection just might be a little low. But I mean, seriously, everything was just devastated. I mean, there was just so much. And talk to us about what you saw. And I want you to tell a story about, seriously, about tell a story about when you were taking photographs and videos. You know, a lot of us here in the United States were like, okay, is this impersonal? Is this, are we doing something invasive? Are we taking advantage of these people? Talk to us about what people said when you were doing this. Cause this is stuck with me. I swear to God, Serena, I haven't told you this, but this is stuck with me every single day since you fucking told me this about when you were videoing what they said after that. So please share that.
It's a combination. So we would show up. What we first brought out to the communities was hygiene kits, and we had hygiene kits and we had water, and we showed up to the first community, and all of them obviously, like, this is the first time people are coming, like everyone's coming out of their tents, tarps. I don't even know how to describe the way they're living, because I see the tent cities in Canada, I see the tent cities in the USA, and that is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to their actual circumstances. And I say to them, and I'm the only non-Haitian person on the ground. Help Heal Humanity has a team of 5 people who are like stuck with me 24/7. And then those 5 people invited their friends and families who all came to support Help Heal Humanity because they saw us doing the work and they wanted to make sure that we were safe. So we had 20 people with us, all Haitians at all times. We show up to a community, everybody would come out to see who we are, and you'd have hundreds of people in front of you. And our boys would say to the people, we are Help Heal Humanity. We cannot promise you absolutely nothing. We do not have a lot of money, and we do not have a lot of, power behind us. What we can do is we can feed you and we can give you these hygiene kits. And if you allow for us to take some pictures of video so that we can show the world what is happening in real time, we hope and we pray that our videos will bring in donations, but they might not. But this is what we can do for you right now. And all of them were like, it's so sad, like just wowed, like so happy, so like grateful, so humble that it's sad, because we gave them some hygiene kits and all of them were lining up. Please come and see the way. Please, I'll tell you my story. Please let me show you the way I live. Let me show you my kids. Let me show you my blind mom. Let me show you, my disabled sister. Let me show you how we're sleeping on the ground. Let me show you how we have no water. We have no electricity. We have no mattresses. We don't even have proper tarps. We don't even have blankets. And now I have hundreds of people in front of me who are looking at me like Help Heal Humanity is the only hope that they have to make it through the day. And they're willing to do anything because somebody is paying attention to them and nobody has. And that was the hardest part. And so when we call them, we tell them. And again, we don't give it to the leader of the community because we don't know what the leader is going to do with it. And we make it very public. This is us. This is who we are. We're not going to give it to anybody. You guys, we're sorry. We're sorry. We only have 100 hygiene kits to give. Who do we give those 100 people to? They converse. They talk. They give us the list. They line up all the people for us. And everybody is there watching and helping us give the elderly, because usually the elderly will go first and then the children. And they will, they will take the bag of rice. They will take the thing and they'll look at you and they just say thank you. They're not asking for more. They're not begging for anything. They're saying thank you. And to me, again, it makes me want to cry because we've given them absolutely nothing. And yet it's everything to them. And they're so grateful to us. and doing the interviews, especially with the tarps. So then we would say, like, what do you guys need? And the number one thing everybody needed was tarps, because they were not living, like, come on, it's like hurricane season there. And I mean, for real, if you go to Help Heal Humanity and you look at our emergency fund relief and our pictures and our videos, go to our Instagram. For sure, go to our Instagram. Our Instagram is only covering the Haiti story right now and our relief efforts. And you see us on the grounds. And they say, bring us tarps. And again, this is not easy. It's not easy for us to go out, get the tarps. It's, we're being targeted. It's a black market right now. We can't even get gas. It's taking us like 3 hours to get gas. It's taking us like 2 hours to get to a Western Union and trying to get the money from Western Union. We are working 24 hours a day, and nobody's doing this to get paid. None of the Haitians asked for it. They said, whatever HHH is doing, we got you, we support you, and thank you. And that to me is just absolutely beautiful. And when we went and we found awesome tarps, and that was amazing. And we found somebody who was selling us tarps at a reasonable price. And these tarps would end up giving shelter to like 10 families. And you have 5 people. When I say living in, I don't even know what that, like, I don't even know that small. It's not even like, I don't know how, it's not even a one-man tent. I will say that for sure. It's not even a one-man tent. They're sleeping on the floor, 5, 6 of them. So covering 10 people's homes is actually covering like 100 people. And we would go and tarp these people, and they would literally come to us crying and saying, thank you. Tonight is going to be the first night our family sleeps, because they don't have to worry about water. They don't have to worry about everything, the wind blowing it away. And a tarp was like we had given them $1 million each. And again, and then when I say, okay, would you want to tell your story? You know what? They wouldn't tell a story. They wouldn't give it like a sad, like, we need this, nobody's helping us. They're not angry. They would look at the camera with the most beautiful eyes, the biggest hearts, the most integrity, and say, thank you. They didn't need anything else. They didn't ask for anything else. Thank you. We were getting messages at night from the leaders saying, our community is sleeping tonight for the first time ever, and then we would go back the next day and people were shocked. Oh my God, they came back. They came back again. And then we would give them food. And again, they would say, we've never, ever encountered a charity that comes on the grounds, and we actually tarp the people. We work all day. We don't just give it to somebody and say, okay, tarp yourself. We tarp it for them. We hand them the food. We take the food into their tents. We give them the water. We put the shoes on their feet to make sure that they fit them. Like, we do the work. And that, again, is what I love about HHH. We are a different kind of charity. I know we are. And it's just a matter of the world recognizing who we are. We're very small. We're just getting started. But if the world would see that our acts and our deeds are completely for others and not for us, that I've always said, kindness can change this world. And if everybody will donate their gifts, their talents, their resources, if everybody will give the talent that have already been given to them and donate that to our charity for 1 day, for 2 days, for whatever, that's how our charity is going to thrive, because we need the world to believe in us, believe in our work, see the work that we're doing, join the movement, whatever it is that calls to you. There's a place for you in this world, and there's a place for you to use yourself and your gift to heal the world. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to do it mainly through education. And like you said, when kids are going to school, kids are being taught the academics. They need the academics. They are being told to be a certain way. But HHH wants to add to the curriculum, and we want to enter with this alternative learning where we're starting to teach kids, here's the writing, do your academics, but also here's the social skills. Here are the life skills. Here are your emotions. You might be angry. You might be sad. You might be frustrated. you might be in a relationship. How do you be in a healthy relationship with yourself? How do you be in a healthy relationship with others? What is considered a healthy relationship? How do I regulate my emotions? How do I get my thoughts out there? When you give people that kind of life skills, social skills, human behavior kind of learning attached to your academics, combine that together with your gifts and your talents, this world will change, right? So step outside the box, do the things that you don't think you're capable of, take small steps. Small steps will lead to bigger steps. Know that failure 100% is a part of the process. And everybody around me knows that I only really thrive off of my mistakes because I see my mistakes as steps to success. And every time I fall and every time I fail and every time, I don't know, something happens where people say we can't and I shouldn't and we couldn't and we won't, I think we show from the goodness of our heart, yes, we can. Yes, we will. Watch us, hopefully believe in us, and join us. And together we will heal humanity.
Stop right there. I'm going to show a 39-second video. Can I do that?
I think you can do anything. It's your show.
All right, just ladies and gentlemen, I would say, let me just do this for a second. Let me just do this because I didn't make sure that it has the audio on it. Share a screen, share audio, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure if there's any audio, but I just wanted to share this for a second just to give you guys an idea that this is not bullshit. This is real stuff.
I can't hear the audio, but
I don't know if there's any audio on this one.
okay, but yes, this is us on the grounds in Haiti with the families. You know, people standing outside the rubble, outside their homes. I think they're telling us what is happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would highly recommend for anybody who's viewing to go to Help Heal Humanity on Instagram and Facebook, because the videos that in the last 3-4 weeks that have come out, they will show you exactly the kind of work that we're doing. And you will see us right on the grounds with the people, and you will see what we are doing. And so if that's the one thing I could ask everybody to do, is to share with their friends, with their colleagues, with their families, share our social media links so that people can start to be aware, at least aware of who we are. Whether you choose to get involved, obviously, is your own choice. But I think if the world sees what we're doing, I think more and more people will feel compelled to join and help, because it's, as you said, we're mainly volunteer based. We have some students that work for us because we need some help, but I would say we are for sure like 90% all volunteer based, and for sure like 90% of all of our proceeds are going to our projects. There is nobody's getting a big fat paycheck. None of the CEOs, none of the presidents, none of the chief financial officer, the chief visionary officer, again, the social media, the communications, nobody is getting paid. We are all giving and giving out of the goodness of our heart. And more people to join. We have yoga, we have sports, we have business, we have education, we have all these different extensions. So go to our website as well, see how you can get involved, because it's up to you what you want to do. The other thing that I really love about Help Heal Humanity is, if you're going to donate money to us, you can tell us where you want that money to go. And better yet, if you have the courage, you can come with us and oversee where your dollars are. And that's the best. I mean, ultimately, my dream is to bring everybody to these communities in need, because then we don't have to say anything. Just having the experience says it all, and it does it all. And that's what we need, is for people to really see what's going on in the world and to use yourself to help them, because that's what we need. We need to use ourselves for the goodness of others, and together change the world. Like,
Mm.
let's just like riding my bike.
Like you said, be the change you want to see. Angel says here, thank you for being here. Angel, she says, seeing you there was amazing to me. The people who came out and surrounded you in the video looked hopeful seeing you. Angel also says, you are a brave and courageous soul with a heart of gold. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So talk to us about your experience there in Haiti. Talk to us about the turmoil that you experienced as you were trying to bring relief to a country that in turmoil, and you're trying to bring relief. Talk to us about that harrowing experience, and then let's segue into what you did when you came back here to the United States to continue fundraising.
Okay, so yeah. So here we are in Haiti on the grounds doing the work that nobody else is doing. I can honestly tell you the UN contacted us and the Red Cross contacted us because they could see us when they flew over us in their helicopters, and they were just, you better be very careful. Like, you should not be doing that. And we were like, well, yeah, we shouldn't, but somebody needs to, and that's what we're doing. Unfortunately, the very sad thing is that we had to stop the work because in Haiti right now, regardless of the earthquake, regardless of all the instability, the gangs have taken over the country. So Haiti right now is being run by gangs. Gangs are making up maybe 10% of the population, but they are controlling the entire country right now. So again, the fact that we were the reason why the UN and the Red Cross and the people that are doing the work that they are doing is because they're flying in helicopters, they're going down, they're dropping off the relief efforts, and then they're coming back. What we do is really opposite to that. And again, it's the dangers of trying to find gas so that we could actually get around, trying to find the rice, the food, the tents, and the tarps. There are no stores that are open in Haiti. There is no business thriving. Everything is on the black market. So the simplest things become impossible. And again, that's determination. No, I will tell you, I almost got killed one time because I was trying to show the extreme situation of getting gas in that country. And again, we put our lives at risk because I wanted to show people how ridiculous it is, the measures that we need to go to get gas. And again, I was trying to showcase the black market and what is really happening in Haiti. So of course, that was a big no-no. But again, the Haitian community stood up for me. They all came together for HHH. Getting the rice, the peas, the oils, getting the materials, the tents, the tarps is dangerous. They know we have some money, not a lot of money. So then people start talking. Then people will start following. And right now in Haiti, honest to God, not in the earthquake areas, but right now in Haiti, gang members and little children have guns, and they are killing people for as little as $20. $20, you will get killed. Okay, we had a couple incidences that we were able to get ourselves out of because we had all the Haitian community around us backing us up, and then we would even show some of the bad men our pictures and videos like, listen, we're not rich, we don't have money, we're just here to help our family and help the people. And they have respect for us because they understand they're starving. They're doing what they're doing because they're starving. They're killing people, handing them ransom or kidnapping them because they would need a bag of rice too, and nobody's giving them the rice. So they're so frustrated that kids are conditioned at a young age that if you shoot somebody, I'm going to get fed. So shooting becomes the norm. If you are grown up in an environment where everybody has guns and everybody is killing each other for a bowl of rice, that becomes the norm. The unfortunate thing is that's 10% of the population controlling the other 90%. The other 90% of the population is just like you, it's just like me. They want to thrive. They want to be given a chance. They want a revolution of change. They can't walk outside their streets right now. When I talk to the Haitian people, the one thing that they ask for more than anything is security. They want to be able to walk down their own street without getting kidnapped, killed, murdered, raped. All those things are real everyday problems for them. They need security, and then from security, they're asked the next best thing is education, because they need universities, they need colleges, they need elementary schools, they need the right people to teach the kids, even the adults, how to get themselves out of this, because nobody's helping them. The thing that I love about Haitians is they are determined. They don't feel sorry for themselves. Like, that's what I mean. Like, when I'm around the Haitian people, I can do anything. They can do it. I can do anything, you know? And so it's, again, they inspire me. Like, my students inspired me, like my boards inspire me, like humanity inspires me, the Haitians inspire me. And that's what this is about, is they give me the spirit, the will, the courage to do what I can for them, and what Help Heal Humanity and hopefully all humanity can do for others. And that's just the really sad reality. So we had to cut our trip short because of the severe dangers of us trying to do good work. And that's a thing. That's a real thing right now. And that's why Help Heal Humanity is one of the first response teams. Like, that's disgusting. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of people without homes, without food, and nobody's helping them because it's too dangerous to go and help them, you know? And that's why, you know, we are focused primarily on education. We have a school. We're trying to get 100 kids in school with a meal program this year. You know, we've been successful at providing the academics and the education, but our kids are coming to school starving. And so it's to the point now where if we don't feed the kids, educating them is useless. You know, so for anybody who's listening, anybody who wants to get involved, $5, $1, $100, $1,000,000. It's going for the students. It's going for meal plans. It's going for Haiti emergency relief. It's going for our sports teams. You know, we have a soccer league in Nicaragua. Help Heal Humanity is in the most vulnerable places so far. Not a lot, but a few places. And in those places, we're in the most vulnerable communities, and we are giving them hope. We're giving them chances, and we're trying to give them love. And we just need the world to help us do that. And that's, you know, again, you know, why the people around me sometimes get shot. I've seen many people get shot. I've seen many people been taken away. And why I believe I'm the one that gets to get away is because this universe is protecting Help Heal Humanity, because they know we're doing the work that most people will not do. And that's going to keep us safe, and that's going to keep us alive. And when you have people like the Lions and, you know, the Janes, the Patricias, the Chris's, the Alexes, the Tommies, when you have people like that who are committed to the change, then the change happens. Small, slowly, we're trying, we're just beginning, and hopefully we can get to where we are known and we are trusted, and we can instead of impacting, you know, a couple hundred kids here or a couple hundred people here, maybe we can be doing that for thousands of people.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, Serena, we've been talking for an hour and 3 minutes already. It's so amazing. No. And I'm absolutely just, I have to say this honestly. I am always, I know you. I've heard these stories before. You are such an amazing, incredible individual. And I think, you know, Angel catches on this. So you come back from Haiti and we're still raising money. What do you do next? What do you decide to do next?
Well, first, I instantly jump on a plane to try to make some pitches in the USA to get some big donors behind us. So I literally go from like Haiti, complete crazy crises, like life-threatening, fly to the USA, try to pitch our work to some people that can really support us. And then as soon as I get in Canada, I want to do whatever I can. So I jumped on my bike and I rode 150 kilometers for Haiti. And again, I'm not a cyclist. I'm not an athlete. I don't train, I don't work out, but this is the power of the mind. So many people are like, how do you do that? I can't do that. And it's like, when you believe you can do anything and you tell yourself you can do anything and you're determined, maybe you're Italian, maybe you're super stubborn. I just do it. And again, I was even super surprised by how easy it was. You know, I thought I was going to do it in 12 hours. I did it in 8 hours. and I felt amazing. And, between the people who were supporting and donating, like you, Christopher, and between knowing why I was taking even every pedal, just it was like, I don't know, it was like somebody was carrying me through the bike ride. Like it didn't even dawn on me. Like I was like, we're already done. And again, that's, I believe, because I've overcome so many things in my life that I didn't think I was capable of overcoming. Every time I continuously cross an obstacle that I didn't think I could cross, I believe in myself more. I get more determined. I get more strength. I'm more encouraged. And I'm really at the point where I I don't know if that I don't want to sound egotistic, but I really believe we can do anything. Like, come on. If I, a special education student who was told I wouldn't amount to anything, ended up becoming a teacher. You think my boards will validate this? Do you think I had any idea about how to start a charity, and then how to even have a board, and then how to have all these, legal papers, documents, board meetings, committees, fundraising, all of this? Every day is a continuous learning lesson for me. I'm so grateful to be supported by so many amazing board members and volunteers who, we learn from each other, we're open to each other, and we use ourselves. We always also put our opinions aside and use ourselves for the greater good of others. So I think we're starting to get there. And again, that's the power of the mind. And when your mind is in the right place, and when we can even start to teach the coping skills, when we can start to give people the tools and the resources to be okay in not okay situations, everybody will start to be okay with everything, even the uncertainties of every single day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Serena Bufalino. Thank you for your courageousness, for your tenacity, for your vision, for your drive, for your portrayal and your demonstration of what we're truly capable of when we find that passion, when we find that mission and purpose in our life that drives us more than the pain will hold us back, more than the fear will hold us back. When you find that determination, that drive, that passion that you have found to do what you do, it is absolutely remarkable. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. I am so honored to be your friend, to be on the board, to be a part of this organization. I do not say that lightly for people who know me. I don't get involved with certain organizations unless I absolutely 1000% believe in them. And I believe in you. I can't wait to meet you in person. I can't wait to go to Haiti and do the work myself and go there. We can all do this. And we've been talking about Haiti, ladies and gentlemen, but Help Heal Humanity is all across the globe. We're here in the United States. We're in Canada. We're in Spain. We're in Cambodia. We're in Haiti. We're going to continue to grow and evolve, and we need you. We need you, ladies and gentlemen. The guys that are sitting on the couch, the guys that are watching this going, I need to find something bigger and deeper in my life. Come join us. Go to helphealhumanity.org. Go over and find out how you can volunteer. Find out how you can do events in your local area. You don't have to, you can sit there and say, you know what? Well, I'm not in Haiti, but here in Chicago, we have situations. Here in Texas, we have situations. Here in New York, we have situations. Here in Southern California, wherever you're at in this world, you can take a stand today. Stand with Serena, stand with myself, stand with the rest of the board. A better part. I'm going to do a better part for being the change that I want to see. I'm going to do a better part of being the solution instead of the problem. We each have a responsibility, and we owe it to ourselves to find out how great we are, because when we do these things for other people, it's amazing the validation, it's amazing the recognition, it's amazing the confidence that builds within ourselves, because we're going out there and doing something that's out of our comfort zone for somebody else. And that is one of the greatest gifts that we can give to ourselves, is to go out there and make the world a better place, to go out there and give of ourselves, whether it's our money, whether it's our time, whether it's our social currency, being able to share this out with other people. Just imagine if you just take this video and you just watch this and you share this out with your tribe, and it impacts one person, that person shares it with another person, that person shares it with another person. There's 8 billion people on the planet. We get this around, we could start making a ripple effect, and we could start changing the trajectory of everybody going, it's everybody else's fault. Serena has demonstrated tonight, it's nobody's fault. It's our responsibility, if we don't like something, to stand up and go change that. We have that responsibility. We have that opportunity.
And I just want to end by saying, like, honestly, humanity, I am not anything special. I should not be praised or put on a pedestal or anything of that, because I am you and you are me. And together we have same unique talents. So exactly what I'm doing, you could do. So I'm not anybody that should be recognized or praised, but I hope maybe inspire people to be that in themselves, because they can be it, and together we can do amazing things. So please, again, Instagram, Facebook, get our newsletter, be updated, contact us, no matter how small, big, anything, everything adds up to something, and we can do it together. So thank you, Chris. We always talk for way too long, but again, Chris, you have a story, you're an inspiration. And I think the majority of our board members, they have a story. They, most people who are on the streets helping is because they've been through some stuff and now they want to be there for others. And that's what it is. Everybody right now is going through something, no matter who you are. You will get through it, that's for sure. But to go out and help somebody else and get yourself out of your mindset, I'm telling you, will be the best medicine that you can give yourself that nobody is giving you. No doctor, no teacher, nobody's going to write you a prescription to go be kind and go help others. But I'm telling you, go be kind, go help others, and you are going to get way more out of it than anybody else. So,
and with that,
go be nice.
Go be nice. Go be nice, ladies and gentlemen. Go out there and be the change you bitch about. Serena Bufalino, thank you so much for being here on the Raw&Unscripted show for the special edition, talking about helphealhumanity.org. Go out there and participate. Go out there and be the change you want to see. Even if it's not Help Heal Humanity, go do something in your community that makes a difference, because each and every person in this world right now needs somebody. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of trials and tribulations going on. A lot of people are feeling isolated. The suicide rate is up. The depression rate is up. Please, if you are in any position where you're comfortable, you're good, you feel secure, please go do something for somebody. It doesn't matter what organization. We'd love for you to be on Help Heal Humanity, but if you're passionate about animals, or go be the change you want to see, and together we can make this world a better place for who we are and what we do. Serena, I love you. I appreciate you. Any final passing words before we end this broadcast?
No, just I love you. I love everybody, and everybody just use yourself for something good. That's
awesome, awesome. Well, this is a special edition of the Raw&Unscripted broadcast by myself, Christopher Rausch, here with Serena Bufalino, the CEO and the founder of helphealhumanity.org. Please go do what you can. We appreciate you being here for the special broadcast, whether you're live here on the video cast or you're listening to this on the podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you who does something. And here's my special invitation for everybody. For you're still watching this, for whatever you donate, I'm just going to put this out there. For whatever you can donate, I will gift you 1 hour of free coaching. So if it's $5, you hit me up, you show me your $5 donation, I will give you an hour of free coaching. You spend $100, I'll give you 2 hours of free coaching. Whatever it is I could possibly do to say thank you for what you're doing, I will be glad to give my gift to you to help you progress in your life. And that's my commitment as the No Excuses coach. That's a huge value. I won't tell you the dollar value on that, but whatever you can do to help this organization, I will in turn help you. And then you can go help somebody else as well. So Serena, you had something else?
No, that's a really big one. And you might be doing a lot of free coaching right now. So there you go, folks.
I would love to.
Not Healing Humanity. Not only are you donating to great causes, but you get a one-on-one session with Christopher. It doesn't get any better than that. Like, that's it.
I would love to have the problem of my calendar overflowing with these combinations. So there you go. There you guys have it. So we appreciate you being here on the special broadcast. We love you guys, Angel, Pamela, for being here live, and the rest of you guys being here live and on the replay. Thank you. Please share this out and tag me in it, and tag Help Heal Humanity in it. And we will make this world a better place for who we are and what we do. Serena, I love you. And we will see you guys next time here on the Raw&Unscripted broadcast. Until then, be legendary. Peace.